This is Heather Vickery. I am here with this week's episode of Brave in Action. It's my weekly live show where I come and share with you for about 15 or 20 minutes some new, exciting ways that you can bring bravery into your life on an everyday basis. Remember that I am here on a mission to create a revolution of everyday bravery. What does that mean? Well, it means that bravery is going to look and feel different to you and to me minute by minute, day by day. And if we're practicing the BRAVE method, which is my creative strategic approach to how to problem solve, dream, design, and build a life and a business that you completely love, then you have the skills and the systems in place to consistently revisit and reassess what's working, what feels good, what's bringing you joy, what's aligned, what's helping you get to your goals, and what isn't, right? All right. So I join you every single Wednesday at 1:30 p.m. Central for this weekly live show, Brave in Action. So glad you're here. For those of you that are new, again, my name is Heather Vickery. I'm a success and leadership coach dedicated to helping you build a life and a business that you are madly in love with. I say ditch all that old school bullshit that said you had to be a pretzel around your job or your business. My goal is for you to have a life that brings you so much pleasure, success, joy, happiness. And if you have if you're an entrepreneur, if you have a business, or even if you do not, if you work a corporate job, to find a way to have your business, your work fit into your life instead of forcing your life to pretzel around your business. It's possible. I do it. I've done it with lots of clients. We can do it for you. If you like the idea of fully embracing a life well lived and a business well run, come and hang out with me. Follow me here. Join me every Wednesday. We can set up a time to chat. I'm on social media. If you go to vickeryandco.com/social, you'll find all of my social media links. Maybe grab a copy of my best-selling book, Fuck Fearless, if you're curious about that. And more importantly, I would just love to get to know you and support you. So if you go to vickeryandco.com/social, you will see a button to schedule a call with me. And I would love to hear about you, what your journey is like, and how I can best support you, even if that's just being a cheerleader and listening for just a moment. So today's topic is one that it's a topic that I have to continuously revisit myself. First of all, I have to fully own and honor the fact that my team and I had a little oopsie daisy in our email that we sent out. We were trying to do A/B testing on the title, but that did not get clearly communicated. So the title you received, if you got my newsletter, said A/B, and then it showed both titles. So we're just going to embrace both of those titles, which essentially is Thoughts Become Things or Taming Your Inner Asshole. I'm curious, which one would you have responded to more aggressively? I want to know. I'm guessing maybe it would have been Taming Your Inner Asshole, but I don't know. Thoughts do become things, folks. We know that, right? Quantum physics proves that. Positive psychology proves that. I am certified in positive psychology and I am not an expert in quantum physics, but I have done a lot of research and reading. Yeah, Chris Davis says, taming your inner asshole. There you go. I'm confessing to the email flub because we all make mistakes, folks. And I definitely had that moment where when I saw it go through, I was like, oh my God, I look like an idiot. And then I thought, well, we all make mistakes. And so I am here to show you that you can make mistakes and still be awesome and still be successful and still show up and do the thing. And this was just a silly little mistake, not that big of a deal. Sometimes I make really big gargantuan mistakes, right? We all do. It's okay. So glad you're here, Chris. So glad everyone's here. If you're here, chime in and say hi. It is a little bit trickier for me. Hello, Zachary. How are you? Zachary loves the title of today's episode. So you like the one that would have said taming your inner asshole also, right? Excellent. I'm going to be chatting with Zachary later today on his own podcast. So that's very cool. And you know, it's funny. It's goodness, y'all. The universe gives you what you need, whether you're planning on it or expecting it or not. And this conversation, taming your inner asshole, that inner voice that wants to fuck with you constantly, when I sent out that newsletter with an error in the title, that inner voice of mine, Helen, if you guys read the newsletter, Helen, she went nuts. She was like, oh, you're so stupid, Heather. oh my God, no one's going to come and watch your show. No one's going to like this. No one's going to listen to you. They're just going to think you don't know what you're doing. You should know better. Blah, 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 blah. Helen, blah, 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 blah. God, she's a bitch. I am not here for her. And then I take a deep breath and I go, hold on, Helen. I'm not here for this. I make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. It's just a thing that happens. The people who know me, love me, they don't care if I make mistakes. In fact, I've had lots of clients and listeners tell me that they particularly attach themselves, like they're interested in what I'm doing because I'm really honest about the mistakes that I make and because it makes them feel seen and human and like they can make mistakes as well. So I've done a ton of work on limiting voices, inner voices, um, with clients in group programs, in one-on-one client work. We even talk about it. I even talk about it in my book, Fuck Fearless. There's a whole section on it. Um, you all know that voice, right? If there's a voice in your head right now that's saying, what inner voice? That's the voice. That's the one. Now, I have learned that some people hear it like a dialogue, like a conversation. I do. How many of you hear that inner voice? Some of you see it, maybe like written words. That is new to me. I've only recently learned that. But that you have an inner dialogue, whether or not you hear it or you see it and read it, or maybe for some people, I've heard that it shows up as a visual picture or colors or things like that. Whatever it is for you, you are able to identify and interpret it, right? So keep that in mind. That little voice there, they can be trained. They can be trained. Now, they may never fully go away. And I don't know about you all, what your limiting voices are. It's not okay to make a mistake. No one's going to like it anyway. Why bother? No one's going to pay me that. No one's going to hire me. If I write that book, no one's going to read it. Chris says that they're still learning to identify that inner voice and what it looks like and feels like. Chris, I'm curious for you. Is it a sound? Do you hear that voice? I urge you all to name it because then you name it to tame it. You can tell it to zip it. It could be any name that you want. Mine is Helen. I don't know if your name is Helen. I love you, and I'm not trying to be offensive, but that's just the name that came to me. There are so many inner voices that keep us from taking brave action, that attempt to keep us in our place. And that place, folks, is a bullshit place built on a patriarchal society of what we think we should be doing all the time. You should be getting it all done. You should be able to multitask all the time. You should be able, if you're a woman and you have kids, to take care of the kids and the house and your spouse and work and do all of these things and make money and be happy and never ever complain. Fuck all of that. Fuck it all. Not true, right? All of these shoulds constantly coming up telling us what we have to do. That inner dialogue, though, can be tamed and reasoned with. And so I'll tell you what and I use practicality, type A thinking to shut down the lifelong habitual patterns of these limiting voices that want to screw with you. The one that I get all the time, and I'll share a really personal, real life experience that just happened for me yesterday, is that I don't work hard enough. Now, back years and years and years ago, when I first started working with my own transformation coach, Aaron, I love Aaron. I'm so grateful to everything that he's done. He got to the point where he would laugh at me when he would say, well, what's your limiting voice you're feeling today? Well, I don't work hard enough. He would laugh. And then he would say, Heather, is it true? And I could go through those methods. So I'll tell you why that's the voice that comes to me all the time. Heather, you don't work hard enough. Because I'm an entrepreneur and I have been for the last 20 plus years. Because my connection to all of you, my computer and my phone, they're with me all the time. And because I work from home, my brain says, well, you should be working all the time. You have access to working all the time. If you miss it, you're going to miss something and people are going to be mad you're not responding, or you're not as successful as you want to be because you're not working all the time. When in reality, I know that we don't have to work all the time to be successful, and I can't. Maybe there are a few people who the way they feel the most balanced and successful is to work 90 to 100 hours a week and just go, 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 go. And that makes them feel top of their game. That is not me, folks. That is not me. I don't know how much you know about human design, but I am a projector in human design. And rest and relaxation is actually what helps me be as successful as I can possibly be. Listening to my inner intuition, taking action, and getting out here, talking to you all, inviting you to invite me into your lives, your hearts, your souls, your businesses. That is what makes me most successful. And so, one of the things I always alter my schedule when it becomes summertime, because I do have my kids and because I can, folks. I can. I'm an entrepreneur. I can do whatever I want to do. I can build my business however I want to build it. And so, for the summer, when my kids are not in summer camp while they're with me, I have taken Mondays and Tuesdays off. Okay. So I've clearly communicated that. I've let clients know. I've blocked out my schedule. It's in my email auto response. If you message me, I probably won't get back to you till the next business day. We're all very clear. I've set strong boundaries. Nobody gives a fuck, right? Easy, easy, easy. Hello, Dr. Kelly Page. I'm sorry I missed you earlier. I can't wait to talk to you. It's easy to set that. It's easy to do it. And I say that knowing, for years it wouldn't have been easy. I would have been like, oh, I can't take 2 days a week off for 3 months. That's crazy. But I've done the work to know that I can and that it will all be okay. And if you're in that space and you want to learn more about how to do that, reach out. I can help you do that for sure. But yesterday, my youngest daughter said, I said, what do you guys want to do today? I have the day off. What are we going to do today? We're going to experience summer. We have a summer fun bucket list. And she said, Mama, what did we do yesterday? And I told her. So what did we do the day before? And I told her. And what did we do the day before that? I told her. She's like, we've been really busy. I just want to relax today. I just want to relax. And I said, okay, that's fine. We can just relax. That's cool. And my brain instantly said, and then you should work. Because if your kid wants to just relax and play video games and hang out with her sister, you, Heather, you should be working. Because now you have more free time. And then my other part of my brain, it was Helen that said that. The other part of my brain said, no, it's a day off. You've taken a vacation day on Mondays and Tuesdays. You've communicated that it's a day off. You are not required to do additional work. You could lay around and watch TV or read or do whatever. And then the other part of me said, well, I could work, but if I work, it's going to get interrupted because she's going to want attention. I like really detailed, focused time to get my work done. I'm far more successful in short, focused bursts with breaks in between than if I'm being distracted. I'm not a multitasker. Yes, hanging with your children is life work. That is absolutely true. And I love that Dr. Kelly Page over here is talking about the quiet days in the office. And I love that. That's so good. In the end, I had this whole internal battle with myself and even had a little bit of a dispute with my partner who I adore, because the way she would work is she would power that out. And that is not the way that I work. I am not a power it out person. I am a plan it out and be focused and get it done right. But if I am distracted and pulled in a lot of different directions, I'm not going to get it done. And I'm not going to get it done well. And I'm just going to be frustrated. It's an exercise in frustration. Okay. In the end, I decided to do just 2 little bitty work things that I could do from my phone, and the rest of it we were relaxing. But I spent way more time than I wish I'd spent having this internal argument with myself. And I just want to remind everyone that you have the right to be in control of the way you think and the way you feel, and of what is acceptable to you and what is not acceptable to you. And thoughts do become things. Now, we actually know that from quantum physics. Science teaches us that thoughts become things, that we create them in our heads now, and they are in existence in the future. This is why manifestation works. Well, why does manifestation work? Because we think the thing and then we change our behavior and the way we show up to create the thing and make it a reality. That is the definition. That is what manifestation is. You've declared it and then you behave in a certain way to achieve it. But first we have to imagine it and dream it before we can achieve it, before we can start taking steps, whether intentionally or unintentionally, towards that level of manifestation and success. So here are just a couple of quick tips that I recommend. First of all, and there's a whole worksheet on this in my book, Fuck Fearless. If you go to vickeryandco.com/social, you can find out a way to buy a signed, personalized copy of the book. Or if you go to Amazon, Barnes and Noble, anywhere online, bookshop.org, you can buy a copy directly from them that's not personalized. Just so you guys know, if you don't have a copy, be sure to get one. There are action steps for every single section. So quick overview of that would be list out what those limiting voices are. What are those limiting voices that you hear all the time, that make you feel bad, that stop you in your tracks, that make you second guess yourself? What are they? And then what I like for you to do is come up with the 180 of them, the exact opposite of them. So for me, my big one is always, I don't work hard enough. Well, what is the opposite of I don't work hard enough? Well, it's I do work hard enough. And then once you've got those, the limiting voices, and then there are 180 polar opposites, then you get to find evidence. And I promise you it's there. It may just require really uncomfortable honesty with yourself. It may simply require that you get really, really, really deep with yourself and don't bullshit yourself. How do I know that I do work hard enough? Well, my bills are all paid, right? I have happy clients. I have a wait list for certain things. I'm invited to keynote speak at a conference in Mexico in September. I'm teaching a webinar tomorrow morning on embracing your LGBTQ superpower, right? I am working. I am here with you all now, and you're here and you're enjoying it. It's working. I do work hard enough. I know I do. I do the things that are the most important to me, and I also value my time, my boundaries, and my rest. I know that if I don't prioritize that time for disconnect and rest, I cannot be as good as I want to be. I cannot be my best self for me, for my family, or for any of you. We all have to learn those things about ourselves. What are our boundaries? What is going to make us feel balanced and happy and joy-filled, so that we can create this life that you want? So once you do that, once you've made your limiting voice list, and then your 180 turnarounds, and then you've cited your evidence, you have those talking points for yourself. When that inner voice goes doop, 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 you can say, no, that's not true. It's not true. Here's what's true. And you may have to say that a lot, but you can disrupt, you can interrupt those inner asshole voices. You can interrupt them and shut them down and redirect. You can then go, nope, I'm going to do this instead, and this is why, and it's going to be okay. I don't have to listen to that voice. You have the freedom and the right to choose that for yourself. I would love to hear what some of your limiting voices are. I know that Chris Davis said that she was trying to figure out what that voice looked like. And I think, Chris, the comments went up a little bit quicker than I was expecting, but that it's a visual thing for you, that you don't hear a dialogue, you see something else. And so you're learning to lean into that intuition and really read it and resonate with it. I'd love to talk with you more about that. What are your limiting voices? How do they present themselves to you? What are they in the way of? And how can you disprove them? That is what I want for all of you this week. And I really hope that you will continue honoring your truth, your positive perspective, your feelings, and practicing radical self-compassion. Radical self-compassion will shut those limiting voices down. You can think and feel whatever it is that you think and feel without judgment. Your feelings are all valid. All of them. They are completely valid. They are just feelings. Welcome them, acknowledge them, do not judge them, learn from them. Oh, I'm frustrated about this. Oh, I'm angry about this. Oh, I'm bitter about this. What does that mean? What does that tell me? Or what if, okay, I'll give you a real life example. I have two podcasts, the Brave Files podcast and Was It Chance podcast. And I am on a summer break starting next week for the Brave Files podcast. We're going to wrap up all of our Pride Month celebrations this week. And then I'm going to go on 2-month summer break. And we're going to replay some past episodes that people have really been loving and that we as a team have really loved. So I'm going to do some recording during that time, but I'm just a little tired and a little burnt out. And I had a recording I was supposed to do with a guest last week, and I'm like kind of drudging upstairs up here to the studio, like, oh, I have to record, which is never a good sign, right? You're never doing your best work if you feel that way about the work that you're showing up to do. And she canceled because she was sick. And I was like, oh, thank God. I knew we would get the interview done. I want to interview this person. I'm excited to share it with you. But she canceled. So the work I was scheduled to do, I didn't do. And I was so relieved. And somehow we may feel guilty for that, right? For a hot second, like, oh, I shouldn't be glad that I can't do the work. But I was relieved and not judging ourselves for that. And the reason I was relieved is because I am burnt out and overwhelmed. And I am burnt out and overwhelmed because this country is on fucking fire, you guys. It's all on fire. And I'm tired. And I'm a queer woman in America with 4 daughters in America, where we are being treated like possessions that don't have a say. That's what's happening in this country right now. And I am deeply, deeply concerned for the health and safety and well-being of my children and their children. And I'm tired. And I deserve to pull back and take a break. And what I do very successfully most of the time is know in advance sort of what my cycles are, when a break would be appropriate for me. I can plan it, but also I can start to feel those signs physically. What are they? And learning to be honest with them. That's what the Brave method is all about. Oh, what does this mean? Okay, I need to alter my path. What worked for me yesterday doesn't work today. It might work tomorrow. I don't know yet. We'll find out, right? Yes. I hope that's resonating with all of you. We have gone a little bit longer than normal today. I want to quickly pull a Create Brave card for you all, just to send you off in the week with a little Create Brave energy. If you aren't familiar with this, these are a deck of manifestation cards that my friend Rachel Swanson and I created to help you guide and source your next step. So they are similar in concept to affirmation cards or tarot cards, but they're not tarot. They're beautifully designed. They each have a focus word and a little mantra that goes with them. There's even a booklet that has coaching guidance and exercises you can do, and they just bring me so much joy. If you want to get a set of Create Brave cards, again, you can find the link for that at vickeryandco.com/social. They're beautifully made. They're really nice and thick. Glitter edges. The artwork is just stunning. Rachel did all the artwork. And we have this really cool magnetic box. They make awesome gifts. So I'm going to pull one for you today, for me and for you. Let's see what the universe wants us to pay attention to this week. I kind of just shuffle until the right card pulls out. Oh, that's it. All right. Do you ever do that? Do you guys play with, do you like cards? Do you do cards? I just sort of shuffle until it feels like the right one. And the one I got, how about that, is alignment. The pieces of my life play in harmony. Well, this is just about perfect for what I just finished saying. I'm going to go closer here and closer here. I'm on Facebook and YouTube here, and I'm on Instagram up here. The pieces of my life play in harmony. We were just talking about that, right? Learning to trust your body and your mind and your behaviors, to let them inform you when you need to realign, when things are not working. The pieces of my life play in harmony. First is declaring that. And second is being able to know when your alignment is off so that you can bring it back. I will open the booklet. I don't always read, but I'm going to read this to you today. The pieces of my life play in harmony. The coaching guidance is finding alignment is an inside job. You are the only person that gets to decide what keeps you centered and balanced. The cord between you and the universe is strong, but it's up to you to expand the connection by prioritizing your own pleasure and joy. It's much easier to stay aligned when you are intentional and thoughtful about what you want for yourself. Start with considering the life of your dreams. We do that in the book. Truly visualize it. Imagine what it looks like and feels like. Imagine who you are when you're living this ideal life. You deserve to live in alignment. And the Create Brave prompt says, find time to sit with yourself and be honest about what elements of your life are not playing in harmony. Note where you feel tense or tight. What are you holding onto that can be released? What is one small step you can take today to be better aligned. What a perfect card for all of us today. You can tame that inner asshole, my friends. I would love to hear from all of you. You can send me DMs. You can email me, Heather at Vickery and Co. We can set up a call. Let me know what's resonating with you. If there's a particular topic you would like me to do a Brave in Action about, let me know. Absolutely respond if you like this, if it resonates with you. Let your friends know to pop in. We all of these are saved on Instagram. You can find it at the top of the Vickery and Co. Instagram. You can look for Brave in Action. We have a whole playlist on YouTube. You can go back and watch last ones, most recent ones from way back. And also, I urge you all to listen to the Brave House podcast. Still today, oh my gosh, you guys, I got to interview my favorite TikTok creator, Amy from Dragonflies and Whiskey. Amy has a parody account called We Mad, which is women making all decisions. And she's flipped the script. What if women acted like men? It's really fantastic. I would love for you to all go listen. Find the Brave Files podcast anywhere you stream podcasts. And we have a really cool episode of Was It Chance out right now. Was It Chance is the show that I host with my friend Alan Seals. And it is the podcast about embracing opportunity and taking intentional risk for your creative life. We interview highly successful creatives and talk about how they've done that and how you can do the same thing. I am so grateful to have time with all of you. I hope that we can connect in all of the different ways. Always, please, if something that I have shared or said resonates with you, please tell me. I thrive on that positive feedback. I am here for you. It is my joy, my honor, my pleasure, and my privilege to be on this journey with you. So today and every day, I want to remind you to go out and choose bravely. And I'll see you next week, everybody. Thank you. Bye-bye.